Hello and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur. Today we have Debra here with us, and she's a wonderful entrepreneur from Canada. So she's got her own book and also a lot of other things. So Debra, please introduce you, and she's a pet lover as well. So Debra, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you so much, Tony. I've been an entrepreneur most of my life, always dabbling in something else besides my full-time jobs. But this is something that happened to me that gave me an idea, and it literally won't let me go. It's been quite a journey, and things have changed. But, every time you get a no, you don't just take a no, you go, okay, that didn't work. What will? Which is, I'm sure many people experience this too, right? So I'm just following my passion, and my passion is to help other pet lovers like me.
Exactly. Yeah. So also you have a book as well. So can you tell us a little bit about your book?
Well, the book is called Bosco and the Rainbow Bridge.
Hmm.
And it's a book for pet lovers, for basically mostly for families with little ones, because when they lose a family pet, the little one doesn't understand where Fluffy or Rover have gone. So this book is a gentle story that helps them with their grief and lets them know, that their beloved pet is okay. It's told from the perspective of the dog. And it actually is a story that happened to a friend of mine. Her dog came to her in a dream. So it's all about the love that we have for our pets. And we all know that they don't live as long as us, but they're blessed to have spent their lives with us. And they're thankful for that as well. So that's why I did the book, to help families and to help people with their grief. It makes grown people cry too. So, right.
Exactly. And can you tell us a little bit about how did you actually end up doing this book?
Well, I started with a pet with urns, actually. What happened to me was um, I had a Devon Rex cat, and she died in my arms. So, and this cat was so special. I got her just before my mother died. So my mom never even got to meet her. And when I was at home after the funeral and helping my father, packing up my mother's clothes in a suitcase, and I'm going to cry. Um, this little cat, because I was sobbing uncontrollably, she jumped into the suitcase and she reached up for me. So she understood my sadness, and I loved her. She was just a beautiful cat. Like everyone has a special animal. They're all special, right? And so when she died in my arms, um, I knew I wanted her ashes. I didn't want her, just with every other one and placed somewhere. So I wanted her ashes, but I didn't want their urns. I thought that they were funeral symbols, and they are. It's a tradition. They all look like, funeral symbols. And if you have them in your house, people will know that it's an urn, and there's cremains in there. And I didn't want that for her. So I just took her ashes home in a scatter box, and I knew then that I would know what to do when I saw it. And that was the beginning of my journey. I ended up making something and putting her in there. And then I thought, well, how can I do this for other people? So I worked with artists, but that was a little hard to manage. And now I'm manufacturing. So this is one. I have 2 different sizes, 5 different color combinations in this style. I call it a pedestal heart. And I have an Inukshuk, which is a wonderful symbol from the Northwest Territories of my country, because up above the tree line, it's all barren. And in the wintertime, it's all white. And they erect these beautiful Inukshuk statues to help guide those that are following behind, to show them which way to hunting, which way to water, which way to the village. That's what they're for a symbol of helping each other. It was also the symbol that we used at the Canadian Olympics. If you watch the Olympics in Vancouver, that's the Inukshuk. So that's the one I chose, and you can have it outside in your garden. So when you see it, you'll remember your pet with love. It's more of a symbol of love, the pedestal hearts and the Inukshuk, not grief. And that's what I want, because I want people to smile from the memories they have of their animals, not cry, because, I cry like this all the time when I think about it. And I'm sure others do too. But you do that. They're precious. They're part of your family, right? They're members of your family, your fur babies, I call them. So.
Exactly, yes. And I mean, such a touching and interesting story you shared with us. So, can you tell us, like, if people want to actually find out more about what you do, or check out your book, or check out everything, how they can do that?
Well, I'm currently building an Amazon store. So everything will be in there. The book is in Amazon right now. That's the way I went for it with KDS, with publishing, print on demand, they call it. And from what I understand, you can get it in Australia, England, of course, United States and Canada, right? Ireland, anywhere that's, I don't have it in any other language but English at the moment. But I do want to translate it to others, and I'd like to do another book with Diva. The story of Bosco, like I said, it was a friend of mine. When my cat Diva died, I phoned her right away, and she told me about this story, about her dream that happened to her. And that's where the idea came from for doing a children's book. And I'm actually going to teachers' conventions and taking it there, trying to get it into the schools, libraries, to help the children there. I did go read at a school, and many of the children had already experienced a loss of a pet. And at the part of the story where Bosco goes and visits his mama in the dream, I stopped and I asked them if anyone had dreamt about their pets, and their hands shot up right away. And I said, see, your pet is there with you, right? So yeah, it's just a lovely way of helping them with their grief and focus on the love they had. So that's where you can get it right now, is the Amazon store.
Exactly. And what's your plan or goal for your business for the next 12 months?
The next 12 months, the Amazon store is almost complete it is for United States, doing it for Canada. We're almost there. And adding some other products to it, like a remembrance bracelet, just different things that I like to have, and other, pet owners would like to have to remember their pets by. I have a lot more ideas as well for different, what do you call them, models, or different whiskertoriums. I call them whiskertoriums. Different models, I guess you would say, different ways of having them in your home without anyone knowing that they're there, right? Just kind of your reminder and your love. So
Yeah, I really like your point of view of not being in grief, but instead, focusing on love and thinking about your pets with love, and sending them love and sharing love. Yeah, that's great. And Debra, thank you so much for being a guest today. Thank you for sharing your story, your tips, and also thank you all for watching and listening to this episode. If you liked it, drop us a like, subscribe. If you have any questions for Debra or me, you can ask them in the comments. We'll be more than happy to answer those. And yeah, again, see you all in the next episode. And Debra, thank you so much for today.
thank you, Tony.